so the ingredients that we have here is 500 grams of lamb meat, 3 cups of rice, and I've washed and soaked that, half a cup of yogurt, half a teaspoon of cardamom powder, 1 teaspoon of whole cumin, 1 teaspoon of red chili paste, salt to taste, half a teaspoon of garam masala, 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 tablespoon of ginger and garlic paste. I've got some cooking oil, a few cinnamon sticks, cloves and cardamom pods, 1 tablespoon of clarified butter, which is ghee, a few potatoes here, and I'm going to peel and fry and chop them into large chunks. And I've got 2 cups of fried onions, and also we have is coriander, some bullet chilies, juice from 1 lemon, and some mint leaves. Okay, so I've just put my pot on preheat and I've added some oil to it, but what I'm going to show you is what we're going to do with the meat first. We're going to add these ingredients to it. So I'm going to add in the yogurt, the red chili paste, cardamom powder, turmeric powder, red chili powder, the ginger and garlic paste, the garam masala, and I've chopped up the mint and the fresh coriander leaves, and I've left some for garnishing on top as well. And guys, if you want to double the recipe up, then just double all the rest of the ingredients. Okay, so now we're just going to mix this. And now we're going to add this to our pot. Okay, so now the oil is ready and I'm just going to add in the cumin seeds. And the meat. I'm going to give that a stir. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna, this is a pressure cooker by the way. What I'm going to do is we're gonna cook this. I'm not gonna cover it all with the lid. So I'm just gonna cook this for about 5 minutes and then I'll show you what the next step is. So I've not covered the pot fully because we are going to then close it and then we're going to let the meat cook for about, I'd say about 2 whistles. Not too much because then the meat can end up, you know, really soft and it can break off as well. If you don't have a pressure cooker, you can cook this in a normal pot, but it just takes, the cooking time just takes a bit longer for the meat to cook. So while we are waiting, we can actually prepare the rice. And you can just boil the rice. I have got a recipe for how to make boiled rice, and then I'll show you what to do with the saffron as well, because some of the rice we will need to colour, so it just brings that nice colour in our biryani. I've put some water to boil and in there I'm going to add some salt, and also I'm going to add in the whole ingredients here, the cloves and the cinnamon sticks and the cardamom pods. And then I'm going to add in the rice. We're going to let the rice cook till they're about 75% done, because remember what we're going to do is we are making a biryani and it will cook further, so we don't want to have really mushy rice. So I'll show you what to do when we're at that stage. Okay, so we're going to add in the rice, and make sure you keep a check on that it doesn't overcook. Okay, so I'm just going to check on the meat. Now that has been cooking for about 5 minutes. What I'm trying to do is just burn off some of the water before actually shutting it. So let's just, there is still a little bit of water in here, so I'm just going to cook it for a little while longer. The rice is now done. I'm going to remove the water and then we're just going to leave that aside. So guys, as you can see, the water has evaporated, and at this stage now what we're going to do is we are going to add in half of the fried onions, and the rest I'm going to leave for later. So we're just going to add half of them, just sprinkle a bit of salt, and of course adjust it to your taste, and also juice of half a lemon. And some water too. I've added just under a cup of water. Just give it a mix. And we're going to pressure cook this lamb for about 2 whistles. Okay, so I've switched the heat off. And now I'm just gonna let it cool down. You've got to bear in mind that it is hot. You need to let the steam settle. You don't want to like open it up straight away because it can be dangerous. And then I'll show you what we'll do next. Okay, so I've peeled and washed and cut the potatoes into large pieces, and we're going to fry those. And also, as you can see, the lamb meat is now ready, and all we've got left to do is just to prepare the biryani. So we're going to layer that in another pot. So the potatoes are done and they're nice and golden, and we're going to use this to put on top of our biryani. Okay guys, so now we're going to layer the biryani. So just a pro tip for you, before I start layering, I am going to place some foil inside the pot first of all. And I just find that this makes it easier. At the end, when the pot's empty, I can just lift the foil out, throw it in the bin. It just makes it basically easier to scrub the pot, really. So yeah, so if we just place that in there, and then we can put one that way as well. Like this. Okay. Right, and then first what we're going to do is I've just taken some rice out and I've left the other half in another pot. In this one, what I've done is I've just added a little bit of water to the saffron, and we're just going to tinge this, basically just color this so it's nice and yellow. So I'm just going to mix that in. So I'm just going to mix it gently because I don't want the rice to break. Okay, so that's fine. I'm happy with that. And now what we're going to do, get the white rice, just spread it at the bottom. And then we're going to get our meat and spread that evenly over. Then I'm going to sprinkle some fried onions, a mixture of mint and coriander, and I'm just going to slit the bullet chilies and just pop them inside as well. And then I'm going to layer it with the coloured rice on top. Place our potatoes on top, just randomly over, like this. some more fried onions. And scatter the coriander and the mint leaves on top again, looking colourful. And finally, we're just going to drizzle some ghee on top. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to put this on low heat. So we're going to cook it through for about, I'd say about 20 minutes, and then it should be ready. But before we do that, we're just going to cover it with foil. And I'm going to put the lid on and put it on like medium heat until it's cooked through nicely.